Welcome back, friends. In today's video, I'm going to be taking this clearance artwork from Hobby Lobby and repurposing it to fit into my apartment decor. Now, I know you haven't seen much of my apartment except for like this piece of painted back here in most videos, but assuredly, it is not. This kitchen is for dancing. What was part of my aesthetic is buying things on the cheap. And as you can see, this was clearanced, if it's not focusing, for $3.74. So it is two wood blocks like this that already have the place in here to hold like on a nail to hang on the wall. So I thought this would be really great as a really budget-friendly way to make new art for my apartment. And if you are seeing my face for the first time, hi, welcome, I'm Teresa, and I upload videos multiple times a week where we hang out together and talk all things beauty, books, art, and Disney. If you would like to hang out with us and join our community, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell before you leave here today. That way YouTube will let you know each and every time I upload a new video. So just a disclaimer, because I feel like disclaimers always have to be made on the internets. If this is your style, like if you're sitting there going, oh my God, I can't believe that person is going to destroy these beauties. No offense to you whatsoever. I mean, I have hanging in my bedroom a wall displaying my mini ears from Disney trips. And I know that most people would find those super cringe, but they make me happy. They bring me joy. So they hang up in my apartment. I just was not left loving these. So I think what I'm going to do is paint florals. And I know, like, groundbreaking, but I love painting flowers. I don't know why. I just do. I'm going to take some gesso and just kind of refinish these, and that is going to hopefully act like a primer before I get started on my actual painting. Okay, so one day I will have a studio space and I won't have to work in my apartment, but that day is not today. So, as you saw, this is the setup. Okay, so I am going to squirt bottle this out. And no, this is not going to be perfect because I do want things to be a little textured. I kind of want these to be almost relief paintings, not quite though, but definitely have that textured feel. All right, so we have both of these done. First step done. I'm gonna let these dry. As you can see, I don't know how the light's reflecting on the actual camera. I did do these, like I said, so that they would have a little texture, something to grab onto. And then the paint that I'm going to put on is going to be, it's not going to be really like heavy bodied paint, but I'm going to make it look like heavy body paint. So I'm going to let these dry for a few hours. All right, so a day has passed, or a night has passed, I guess, and they've both dried. So they're both, unfortunately, like, you know how I was like, I want texture, so I'm not going to really smooth this out. Well, when they dried smooth, like with just a little bit of texture relief, but that's okay. I'll build up the texture with the actual paint when I go in with it. So what I'm going to do, even though I pretty much whitewashed this to create a surface, I'm going to go in with some liquid acrylic, mix it with some gloss to kind of stiffen it up, I guess, or thicken it up a bit. And I'm going to have this as my background, I think. I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of just playing it by ear, if you haven't caught on yet. How gorgeous that color is, and look at that shine. I'm obsessed. So I forgot that on this palette I had some gouache paints that I had used as acrylics, and I was wondering, like, when I'm scraping the palette knife, why is it picking up the other pigments? Because it's been like 6 months since I've used this palette to paint anything. And then it just occurred to me like, duh, gouache paints reactivate. This yellow ochre is deep enough that it really doesn't show. It just kind of mixed in. And as you saw, I painted around the whole entire sides. I do that even whenever I paint just regular canvases, because I find that gives it a nice finished look. This is what we have. They look like blocks of Velveeta cheese. That is definitely a look. I'm gonna leave my blocks of Velveeta cheese right here to dry, and I'll come back whenever they are dried to do the flowers. Let me know in the comments how long you think it's gonna take this paint to dry, and we'll see who's right when I come back. About 2 weeks has passed since that initial painting. The first coat took so long to dry because it was laid on so thick, and then, quelle surprise for someone with an immune system disorder, I got sick. So back at it, feeling better, back at it, and I'm going to paint these two. And I've decided, like, one, definitely I'm doing florals, but I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do for the other one. Might be something just randomly abstract, might be a person, I don't know. Pretty much going to play it by ear in the moment, but right now, let's paint those abstract florals.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side, our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through, no limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no more. Oh, even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
Here is the first one. I really like how that turned out.
Even in the hard time, you and I can
And this is the way the second one turned out. This, if you couldn't tell from when I was actually painting it, really didn't know what direction I was going to go in. At first I was going to go with like a face or something like that, but it just did not work out. So I just did this abstractness. I guess it's sort of florals. The only thing is, like, this one held up really, really well. If you can see, the texture is pretty good. I see now it's cracked, but I was gonna say I used gouache paint, but I used it like heavy body acrylic, and overnight it started cracking, which, okay, I guess that's okay. I mean, I did say I wanted texture, and we do definitely have texture there. And this is where I hung it in my entryway. I just thought that the pops of color would look really good in my really bland entryway. All right, and that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your time with me today. Hopefully this video has inspired you to do something similar. Let me know down below in the comments if you are planning a DIY or an art project sometime soon. I would love to hear from you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in another video. Goodbye.